That's awesome. Doing cons is one of my favorite things to do. So I'm stoked for you, dude. Stoked.
It's just weird because I've gone to so many where I'm on the other side of the table, where I'm in a
Yeah.
sense there to sell my stuff. And once you do that, it's kind of weird going and just walking around like, man, I want to like talk to people and like sell my shit. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been a couple years removed just because I think COVID happened, and then I got a new job, and then didn't have time I could take off. So I think now I'm there to that point, but I've already used all my vacation time, so I gotta wait till next, and it'd probably have to be like next October, probably by the
Oh
time.
man.
So
Damn. Well, okay, speaking of that, let's just go ahead and intro the show here. I am your boy Wes. To my right or left, however you want to say. I don't know the directions of this. Next to me is my dude Dan.
one of these sides over here.
What did he say? Because I'll always mirror the view, so it's like I don't know if I'm poking this way or this way. How I was like, wherever way you're looking at, he's next to me.
Exactly.
But you guys will know him as Dirty Gnome Dan from Instagram, probably, or from other aspects of life. But what he was talking about before was going to cons and selling his stuff. Now, what do you? I know what you do, but tell everyone that doesn't know, what do you make that you sell at these conventions?
So I make custom horror figures, and I mean, most of my figures are horror related, but I just grand scheme is pop culture. I
Mm.
mean, I just finished a Chucky. I've done Candyman, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, all the big ones. But then also I've had a couple where some characters that aren't really that known, which are pretty cool. So and they're all each figure is one of a kind, handmade. So even if I make the same character, it will not be exactly the same. So I
Right.
like giving it that one of a kind feel.
You really do, man. Like I love all your figures. I've got to buy one of these days, dude. I'm serious. I'm
Hey man,
going to
just let
get
me know.
one, and I'm going to do a ghost
I got
face. You got to make me a ghost face.
I've got my original one. I feel like I could do a lot better now. I was that was I don't know how long ago, but somewhere in my studio. But yeah, I would definitely like to do a newer one for sure. I think it'd look
Sweet, dude.
a lot better.
I'll hit you up, man. Definitely, because I got to get one of those. I keep looking at them, going, God, I need one of those to put on my shelf, man. Seriously. But yeah, Dan is amazing. Like the art that he does, and even drawing. You've drawn me a few things. You drew a logo for my other podcasts, which was
Hmm.
fantastic.
The
We did
t-shirt design.
yes,
Still
yes.
have
There
it
was the
somewhere.
coffin.
So
Yeah, it was the coffin
yeah.
with Ghostface and Jason sticking out of it, so it was perfect. So yeah, man, your art is amazing. And I think it took you like a few hours to knock that out because I was like, hey, could you maybe in your spare time knock me out a logo? Yeah, sure. And literally like an hour later, you're like, here you go. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
That's
it's
crazy.
it's crazy because I think most of my life I've done drawing, and then it was shortly after like last year at college I got into sculpting, and it just kind of took off. And then I think I've been doing these figures probably maybe 10 years, and I think I've had the like side company Dirty Gnome Studios for probably 8 years. So I mean,
That's awesome.
it's just crazy. I mean, and it's crazy. I always growing up, I always wanted to be an artist for a living, and as you get older, and the real the real world hits you in the face. It's I'm in it. It's I'm torn. I would love to do that, but in a sense, I think if it got to that point, it wouldn't be fun anymore. I do it
Yeah.
as as a therapy, and just in my downtime, I like to work on that stuff. So I'm kind of glad that I don't have to do it 24/7, because I think I'd get burned out, and then it just wouldn't be fun anymore.
True,
So
true. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I use my Ghostface cosplay to kind of just, get out of character for a moment and kind of just be someone else for a little bit. And it's kind of nice to kind of step out of yourself and do things that aren't expected of you, where you just kind of be
right,
creative and do stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I totally
because
understand that, man. So
then
that's
it's
awesome.
because then you get like you feel pressured, like shit, I gotta do stuff, and it's like, man, I don't feel like it. And like the crazy thing is, since I sculpt all the time, it's kind of hard to get back into drawing. I'll just sit there
Mhm.
and I'll stare at the damn paper, and I'm like, man, I just want to let me sculpt something right now. It's just not feeling the pencil. So
Yeah, dude, I feel that's crazy though. But the way you switch back and forth, that's crazy that you can just do either one and just. And I don't mean it lightly. You nail it with the stuff that you do, like it's with the art or with just sculpting itself, dude. It's fucking amazing. Like your stuff is
yeah, I
out of this
appreciate
world.
it.
So yeah,
It's
if you haven't seen Dan's stuff, go to his page and fucking hit him up for some cool ass shit. So seriously, I'll link it down below later on, so you'll see. Not
right.
later on, but period, it'll be down there. Period. So go check him out. But yeah, man, it's every time I see the new one, I'm like, shit, that's fucking awesome. But
Mm.
yep, yep. Uh, I know we talked earlier about some other projects you had going on. What do you have in the works, man?
So it's weird, man. Like I'll get commissions like I'll have a couple months where I'm kind of just making stuff just to make stuff and then post
Mm,
it online. Then sometimes I get, you know, I usually get positive feedback and then, out of nowhere, they're like, hey, someone will message me about a commission, but I finished one Chucky, I've got another Chucky, Tiffany, and then I've got, um, I think I don't know the name of the character, but the basement demons from Evil Dead.
oh, nice. Like with
So
the little
yeah, I don't know.
trap
I'm
door.
not exactly. Yeah, that one, but I'm not exactly sure. I think they want just the physical character. I don't know if they want to involve the bait, but I mean, it's kind of in the early stages. I told them I probably wouldn't get to it till November, so
Uh,
I'll find out more details when it comes. But that one I think would
yeah.
be pretty cool.
Yeah. So okay. So since we don't really see the full, like, now are you talking about from the original Evil Dead or the remake?
I'm pretty sure the original.
Okay. So do we ever see that full demon in the original? I think we do we?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think you. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I don't know exactly what they're looking for. He wanted it for his wife.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, what I know you could definitely pull it off. I just was trying to figure out your thought process behind finishing her out. You know, it's like all you see is pretty
right.
much her face. So like, well, okay, let's go into that for a second. You have that little, it's like a little cross section of their face. So how are you going to finish that out? What are you thinking?
It would probably be because I think that I mean, there's enough there you could knock the face out, and then I probably just have to probably go off of the costume and outfit that she has before she turns, and I think that'd
Ooh,
probably be probably the best bet. But the one thing is, he wants because he's a director and his wife is an actress,
mhm.
and I guess they did a Evil Dead musical, so he wanted
Really?
because that's the character she played. That's what he wants. So
Mm,
I think he wants me to make it of his wife's portrayal of that character. So
cool.
I think that's where he's going with it.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I said, once some things clear up, I'll probably find out for sure. But no, it's like it's funny. It seems like it's always fall when I get my
Yeah.
commissions. So we just need the horror season, spooky season to be all year round, so then I wouldn't have to worry about
Seriously, dude. Seriously. I
it.
bet you get slammed during the season. Yeah, that's
Uh,
I guess the spooky season, that gets the juices flowing and everyone's all excited
right.
about it and so yeah, that definitely be a busy
But
time for you.
also,
So
like it sucks too because like I love spooky season. There's so much stuff coming out that I feel the pressure. I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to do something cool. And then I'm like, I feel weighed down. I'm like, man, I just nothing's hitting me, like nothing. So I
sure.
know I definitely want to work on more original um, figures. I've got
Mhm.
one somewhere around here. It's like this kind of pumpkin creature. I've been dabbling with that. I've done several creatures in the past. I usually feel like I do one every October just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
But this one has like a monster body. It's just a blank figure that I'm using. Here, let's see.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, ooh, oh, that is sweet, dude.
so he's got
Holy
horns,
shit.
and then
Yeah, that's
the
awesome.
so he's got like claws. So,
Hell yeah. That's awesome. See, that just
so
blows my mind you can come up with that stuff, man. That's crazy. Brilliant
I
mind
think
right there. Brilliant.
I think originally I had with that, and it kind of just the downside of using like that figure is it's vinyl, so you get that the it can let's see expand and contract. So like if I
Right.
don't use the right clay, it'll break. So I think originally it was on there. I was doing the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid,
Oh wow. Holy
but it
shit.
cracked all.
Oh
I was using the wrong clay. I didn't have the clay I had at the time.
yeah.
That it cracked. So I just peeled it all off and started over. So
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. It's funny you say that because like when you said the clay cracks, I'm like, how does he know that? Before she worked with this stuff forever. My wife is a cake maker. She's really good at cakes. And
mhm.
when she starts working and doing stuff, I'm like, how do you think of this stuff? Or how do you know this is gonna do that? I'm like, she's like, well, I've done this a billion times, so I know what it's gonna do. It's like being an artist almost to me, hearing her and now hearing you say that, it's like you need a history. You need a history with the stuff you're working with to know exactly how it's going to react to you and react to the elements in the
Right.
world. And because you can't just someone may go, I want to sculpt this. They can grab some clay and make it, but they don't know what's going to happen. Like you
Mhm.
guys that you have this history, you know what's going to happen. So like that's
At least I
crazy
hope
that
I
it's
know
just
it's going to happen.
well, sure, man, but you have an
I hope I
experience
know
where
it's
you're
going to
like,
happen.
I have educated guess, so it's like,
Right.
I have an educated guess to where it's going to go. And I'm like, that's just crazy because, like, you only have to have like the know-how of what you're doing. You have to know the materials you're working with, how it's going to, be affected by outside elements, uh,
Come on. There you go. Come on.
timing, whatnot. Like, ooh,
There
look
you
at
go.
that.
So I have this kind
Oh,
of figure. So it's like plaster and
yeah,
plastic. I don't know the exact combination, but with this I can use any clay because this is solid. Nothing's
true.
gonna expand underneath it. So with the plastic ones, the vinyl, I have to use a
Yeah.
clay that has a flexible consistency. Even after you bake it, it
Mm.
can flex and not. So that's why, depending on what I'm making, what I'm using underneath, I gotta think about what clay I want to use. Otherwise, I'm just screwed. So
That's so cool though. Like that to me, that's the part of art that no one ever really thinks about. Ooh,
there's my
that was sick. That is, dude, that's awesome.
my
That is
Chucky.
really cool. Hell yeah. Is that the one
So
you just made?
yeah, that's when I finished painting pretty much yesterday, and I'm
Nice.
in the process. I want to uh, do like process videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I just haven't figured out the exact way I want to do it because I don't want it to be boring because it's like, yeah,
Right.
okay, watch this guy make stuff. And it's like I like seeing that stuff, so I want to share that
Sure.
because it's kind of cool to see it. This is what it starts with. This
Yeah.
figure,
Mm.
and then it turns into this.
Yeah. See that,
So
dude, I would love to watch those. Seriously. You already have a fan right
so it's
here, so
just so I've just
seriously.
tweaking that idea, and hopefully I can get my setup going, and then maybe early 2024 see what's going down. But
Yeah, dude.
it's just getting the footage that I want and be able to edit it the way I want. So it's not
Hmm.
like, okay, this is boring. I gotta make it. So we'll see what happens. I just gotta pick some other people's brains, see what I
Yeah.
can do.
Or just do it nude. I mean, that'd also be kind of nice too. So, you know, here's my middle section. Check that out while I
Yeah.
sculpt this real fast.
Right.
But I mean, because you also have to worry about, because I was like, why don't you just do time lapse? But then at the same time, you're missing some of the really cool stuff that you're doing. So it's like that balance, maybe. Like maybe you could like do time lapse, but like slow it down on the parts where you're doing something intricate, maybe or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out, but
Yeah,
I
maybe. I
do
mean, I
understand that.
guess maybe the if I'm doing like general stuff, then kind of keep it normal. And then if I'm saying working on the face, then maybe do
Mhm.
time lapse and then I can slow down. So yeah, it's a
Yeah, that might work.
because
But
I think you
whatever you
can. I
finish,
think yeah. I guess I'm pretty sure I could probably do that because I used I was using my phone because I have a this camera stand that's on another light that I can shoot bird's eye view instead of I've tried doing
yeah,
side view and all you see is my hand. So I was like,
true.
you, no one wants to stare at my damn hand. They want to see what the hell I'm making. So
Exactly. Angles are so
yes,
important. God, that's so true.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure it out, man. When you do, let me know because I will follow you and I
Yeah.
will watch your dude. That sounds so cool because I love watching shit like that. So, and my wife, same thing. She would love to watch you make shit because she loves those videos where like people clean rugs and shit,
Mhm.
or whatever. She loves to watch things go from one thing and transform to something else. So she'd be a huge fan of that. So yeah, man. Let me know when you
Right.
get that all set up. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, anything else going on besides just sculpting? Have any art things coming out or any other things happening?
I mean, and I mean, not really. I mean, I think I've got a couple. You know, you know, the way of the world. Everyone's recording podcasts, so I think I got a couple episodes in the future, not of my own, but just to be
Oh.
be a part of their show. Because
Mhm.
I was like, I don't know if I have the patience to do something like that. I was like, I got enough patience with fiddling with my stuff. I don't know if I could do that stuff too.
Seriously,
So
dude. Well, yeah, I watched your episode on Check the Candy. It was really good stuff, man. Really enjoyed that episode. So good stuff.
yeah, those guys are great. They're
They really are.
like John's killing it, Taylor's killing it. I had a feeling
Telling you, man.
I knew what part you played in Nest. I was like, wait a second, I know who that guy is.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I knew it. So
Yeah, I
I
played
I
I played
like
the
I like
priest and you know,
I liked how John and him pulled one of his characters from John's
mhm,
movie and threw it into Nest. I like that.
you know.
I think that
Well,
was a neat.
that was the last minute
Yeah, I
thing that
bet.
he said. And he's like, yeah, let's just film over here. Let's just add this in, see how it works out. And he did it. And then because he played the killer in the first half. He filmed
Right.
that, like he said, back in March or February, I think it was. And we didn't come down until August or September. So there was time between. So he's like, yeah, you got to be the killer because I have to be able to one, to come out and then well, this should
Mhm.
happen to him.
Take the bat. I'm gonna
Yes,
fight you with the
exactly.
bat.
Exactly.
Which
So it was cool because I mean, if you really didn't know, I mean, I know height differences, he's shorter than I am, but honestly, if you weren't paying too close attention, I think you probably would think it's the same person.
right.
Um, but it turned out real well. I really had such a good time doing that. Like, but I will tell you this one behind the scenes thing real fast. That mask eye holes were like cut out around the eye. So the middle part of the eye was connected to the nose, but it went out and then stopped. Well, it got pushed in. So when I put the mask on, it would press against my eye. And I
Oh,
don't know if you've
jeez.
ever, when you press against your eye, if you press anything against like your eye, like your eyelid against your eyeball, you're kind of get blurred vision. That
Hmm.
was the entire time I was filming. It was like blurred
Oh,
vision the
shit.
entire time. So I had to run down his hill over his driveway and then jump onto the patio or the porch and not
Hmm.
fall and then stab him without
Right when
hurting
you're coming
him.
out, when coming out from the shadows, and you just like book it towards the front
Yes.
door. You're just like,
Yes,
okay,
dude.
what the hell's going on? Oh shit,
Yeah. I
that's
thought
crazy.
if I slip or slide or anything, I'm fucked. Like I was like, I am
Yeah,
just done. Because I would have
yeah.
been done. I would have broken something or broken him or broken the house or something. But dude,
Hmm.
that was craziness. But it's again, it's first thing I've ever acted in really. And
Hmm.
I of course I say this. I understand a small part of what acting is like now, especially for horror films, because
Hmm.
mask characters, dude, no one's going to be a killer with a mask on in real life. So if you ever see someone with a mask, don't worry about it. Just step to the side and they'll be lost. Like, you're fucked. You know,
I can't
no,
see.
yeah, seriously, it's tunnel vision. So like, just step to the side and then just shoot him or stab him and you're fine.
Hmm.
But I have a small appreciation for, because like I said, I have a huge appreciation, but I have a small understanding of where they're coming from because doing that totally changes your perspective on slasher films and killers and whatnot. Because I'm like, this is fucking horrifying. Like, if I can't see, I don't know what's around me. Something could be behind me, I wouldn't even know it. Like,
Right.
so
You're totally in this mask. It's like
Mhm.
it's like this is all I know. What's going on? I can't even see. So yeah, that's
Seriously. Because if you turn it all too, like that mask is tucked into your shirt. 'Cause if you turn it all, it's gonna get all weird and wonky, and then hold your shirt down. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know how any mask killer ever does it, honestly. But you know, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had a good time, and I can't wait to do it again. I really can't wait to do it again. But Anyway,
Yeah, I was
um,
telling. I was like, all right, I want more. You can't just give me a short
yeah,
film now. Come on,
it's coming.
come on,
I'm not
bro.
gonna say
Uh,
I'm not gonna say what it is, but we do have two more in the works right now that we're thinking about doing
nice.
pretty soon, actually. So I'm really excited. I will let him divulge what that is, but I'm really excited. Like these are going to be really cool.
Well, and I think and it's like they were saying, with them, check the candies, growing, and then freaking John's movie blowing up.
Mhm.
Um, you have that extra platform that you can push your stuff on. It's gonna make it even better because you just
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I don't know. That's it's on my bucket list, but I want to somehow be in somebody's freaking movie. I don't care if I have to, if I've got to die or something, but I just want to be
Dude.
a part of that because it just, I mean, it's one of those things. That's why I think we're fans of horror movies, is because it looks fucking fun as hell. It's probably hard as fucking shit, which you could probably contest to, but I mean, it's better than being in a drama. I mean, comedies, you hear the same shit. That's not gonna get funny anymore. So it's like
Mm-mm.
it's just so it's that's on the list. And I had something lined up a couple years ago, and then COVID happened, and kind of stuff falls out.
Yeah. Fuck COVID, man. That ruined a bunch of shit for a bunch of people. So yeah, I totally understand that,
I
man.
mean, I just got over another case with
Yeah.
COVID, so it's just like it
God.
wasn't. I mean, it could have been worse, but it just felt like a weird cold, and I was just tired a lot and slept, watched movies, stayed
Yeah.
home. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Luckily enough, my job is pretty cool that I was able to work, and I didn't really miss that much work because I
That's
got
good.
sick on a Friday and I got better. I only missed a couple of days of work, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I was, not that bad, I could have gone in with wearing a mask and still been able to do my job. So it's
Yeah. Yeah. But it is a downer though, so I totally get it, man. Uh, I mean, I can mention to Taylor something and say, hey man, Dan was saying he wanted to be in a movie. I
yeah.
mean,
I
let
think
me I
I
maybe
think Taylor'd be down.
dude, he would totally be down.
He's like,
I
hey, I think
mean,
they're all like, hey man, more people, let's go.
seriously,
So
seriously, he's all about adding more people. So I'll mention it to him, see if he wants to
yeah,
hit you up. I'll say, hey, hit him up, see what he wants to do. But 'cause we
yeah,
definitely could
because
use
he's
more
in.
people on these little short films. You can fly into Nashville, I can pick you up, and then we can just go out there and do it. So fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
We could definitely make that work. I'll definitely hit him up and let him know.
next summer I'll
Yes,
have more
dude.
vacation time by then. Like next summer.
Seriously, we need to put like a no, he has some ideas. He said this on his podcast. He wants to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the snow, which of course that wouldn't be really summertime stuff, but
Right.
that's one of his projects he wants to do. But we could definitely think of like a summer themed one to do. I don't think there's a
Hmm.
problem with that whatsoever. So we could definitely figure that shit out. So actually, what I want to do next year, next October, we have a place just next to, like literally like a stone's throw away, called Miller's Thrillers. It's a like a haunted like walkthrough type thing. And they do like
Hmm.
a zombie paintball and like that. Uh, I'm going to talk to so my wife and her family know the family that runs it. So I'm going to talk to
Hmm.
them and say, hey, could we use your place if we, plaster your name everywhere and give you no notoriety? Uh, if you're willing to come down during spooky season and do that, dude, that'd be fucking bad. Because we need bodies for that one. We're gonna need
Right.
major bodies. So that's maybe one you could be a part of too. So summertime, spooky season, next year could be a huge year, man. Seriously. So we need actors, and I don't know if anybody else wants to act
Oh
in them.
yeah. Yeah.
So keep it open, man. Keep it open.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Um, well, cool, man. Well, I always ask people on here. Actually, it's funny. I'm trying to evolve my podcast as I go along and do new things and try different things and just kind of mold it into what I don't want it to be. And this is only the fourth or fifth, I'm sorry, the fifth episode. You're victim number five, which I forgot to say at the first. Damn it. Victim number five. I meant to say that and I just totally forgot. But what's the last horror film you watched?
Oh man, what did I watch? Because I literally, I think the last one I watched was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Nice. That was
Watched that yesterday.
anniversary was yesterday. Yeah.
Hmm.
I saw everyone was posting about that on Instagram. And I'm like, what is the deal with Halloween 4? I was like, oh, anniversary. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's I think it's one of those ones. I mean, there's just like all of them. I mean, there's some things you like, some things you hate, and that's just one of those ones that's up in my probably in my top four. It's just I
dude.
think kind of where I saw it,
Hmm.
um, and then then as I grow older and I watch these other ones, I love the older ones, and then maybe not the new ones so much. But it's like it's like a lot of people say it's like I'd rather have them and they suck than not have them at
Hmm.
all. So
True.
it's
That's very good. Yeah.
like it's because I wasn't alive when the first Halloween came out, so it's pretty cool to be able to see a Halloween movie in theaters, even if it's
Yeah.
has its. And I think like the newer ones have like decreased, and then the older ones have increased. So it's just kind of like I like this one more than this one. Okay, I get this one. So
Mhm.
we'll see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see what Miramax does with it. So
Yep.
I love A24, but I was like
Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but then I'm kind of scared of what the hell they could do with it. I mean, I imagine they probably could have figured something out, but it was kind of like that's kind of scaring me a little bit. So I'm kind of glad that
True.
Miramax was able to win the bidding war.
True. I would love to see A24 do something, but you're right. I think if we really want to get down to it, we were more interested to see how A24 was going to take it, but there's always time for them to pick it up later. Like I told Kevin last episode, I said, man, I said, Michael Myers will never go away. Halloween will never die. It'll always be around because it's a moneymaker. Everyone loves Michael
Mm-hmm.
Myers. So let Miramax do what they're going to do, get their shit out of the way. Maybe A24 will pick it up after they leave, they put it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's many more film companies that will pick this up later on and do
Oh
their
yeah,
thing with it. So yeah, it's like people are worried about it. Like, don't worry, it'll be time. Just don't rush it.
it'll just
Um,
be nice if some of these other franchises can get a resurgence in a sort. I mean,
yes,
it's. I mean, Halloween's had something, and then now The Exorcist. Even though I haven't seen it, I've
yeah,
not
me
heard
neither.
good things, and I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I'm bummed.
I
Yeah, I'm
don't know
bummed
what I want
too.
to do.
I
I
know.
don't
I'll
know.
see it. I'll definitely see it. But I've
I'll probably
heard
see it,
so
but I'm
many
not paying for it.
things. Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly,
watch it
dude.
when I don't. It's on a platform I'm already paying for. I don't want to pay extra money.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. About to say it's not. I
so
don't think it's worth wasting money on, honestly, because especially since it has been so many different views about it. If people said this is great, I would definitely pay money to see it. But if it's like,
right.
I'll
And
wait
it's one of
legacy.
those things. If I really wanted to see it to begin with, I would have gone like opening night. So then
True.
that's why if there's a movie I want to go see, I'm gonna go see it like that first week because I know people are gonna start talking stuff, and I don't need that to cloud my interpretation of the movie. I was like, I just want to go watch this movie, and hopefully, can scare me somewhat. So,
Yes,
um,
definitely. See, I did that with Scream 5. I was gonna see it right off the bat, and then I think I had to work the night that, or I had to work the weekend it opened up, and I couldn't get off. And it's like shit, that's gonna fuck everything up. So
mhm.
I was funny. I remember I went on a date before I met my wife, and then we went to see Resident Evil. The first, was like the prequel or what was it called? Resident Evil something. I don't know what
was
the
it
fuck it was.
was it Raccoon City? Or is that the
Yes,
video
that's
game?
what it
I don't
was.
know.
That no,
I'm lost with I'm lost I'm
no, I
lost
think
with
that's it.
those. So
I think that's what it was. And it showed a trailer for it, and literally, I sat in the theater with my hands in my ears, like la 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 la, la, because I didn't want to hear anything about it. So
right.
I spent many weeks doing that until I could watch it. So I wish I'd seen it right off the bat, but I mean, now I wish I hadn't seen it at all. But whatever it is. But,
Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting that um that like the directors and people behind the next one are different than 5 and 6, right? So that's kind of something you don't really see because you think they'd want to finish kind of what they started. So
yeah, the six wasn't bad.
yeah, no, I think in my ranking, it was I think I enjoyed 6 more than 5, and then
Definitely,
the
definitely.
first 3 just because.
The first three.
the first three. But no, but it's crazy when you think about these movies and when they came out. You're like, okay, where was I doing? Did I see it? And I feel like because I was probably 10 years old when Scream came out. I don't know if I saw it in theaters. I
Dude,
feel
really?
like
How
if
old
I
are
did,
you?
I'm only 37.
Dude, yeah, you're young. Yeah.
So I
Shit.
was 10 years old. I was 10 years old when that movie came out. So I'm like, it's like I don't think I saw it in theaters. But like the thing was,
Yeah.
is as an only child growing up, I've watched a lot of TV. Just that's what happened. Mom worked a lot, and that's how I entertain myself. So I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably saw it on HBO or Showtime or whatever. Fear,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I
Right,
think that's
right.
where I saw a lot of these movies was just killing time, and you didn't have to really it's not like streaming services now. So it's just like, well,
Yeah.
let's see what's on TV for a while. Let me let me flip up, see what's going on, and then shoot, I
Yep.
think I remember one time I was watching a Child's Play movie. Still young enough that I'm home by myself and the power goes
Mhm.
out, and I'm like,
Oh
what the
shit.
what the fuck? I was like, is that little fucker here
Dude.
somewhere? And I remember I was
That's
like, okay, turn on
hilarious.
all the lights. Where's this little fucker now? So,
That's hilarious, dude. Oh my God. I
yeah.
bet you're freaking the fuck
And
out, dude.
it's like, all right, now I'm not going in the basement because I bet you that's where he's at. So it's like, yeah, let's find something. Yeah. So it's
Wow.
crazy. It's I don't know. It's funny. My mom always says she's like, I don't know how the hell you got into horror movies. You were scared of them as a kid,
Dude,
and I
so
was
was
like,
I.
I was like, I don't know. It's just. I think it's just my love for. I mean, I started with Goosebumps. I mean, Alone in the Dark. I mean, Tales from the Crypt. I
Scary
read
stories, tell in the dark, you know.
right. Uh, I read my dad was had a bunch of Mad magazines and then some EC comics, so I got used to Tales from the Crypt that way, and it's just all these different stuff melded together, and it's just like it's
Yeah.
just not. I mean, it's scary, but it's you know I think when you appreciate what it takes to make these is where the love really comes from. So,
Dude,
and I love,
seriously.
I love, I love the behind the scenes stuff because it's like, you see it wondering like, oh shit, I want to know how they did that. And that's why I
Hmm.
like to show my process because, you're seeing something blank and then seeing an act like, dude, that's fucking nuts. I mean, I still don't understand how the hell I get from point A to point B.
Oh,
I just
either.
take the clay, and I just start freaking with it. And then like,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, I don't know. I probably was working on this Chucky for maybe 3 weeks. I think I took a week off for COVID, but
Dude,
I
that's
mean, it's
crazy.
the crazy thing is people always ask, and I don't have an answer for them. Is how long does it take? And I was like, I really don't know because the sculpting is always the easy part. I think the part that takes
Yeah.
me the longest is painting.
Yeah, dude, that's just so painstaking too. Like, I bet this is very intricate and you have to like
Yeah,
just,
and I mean, I I
you
get
know.
kind of the shaky hands, and I'm like, I think
Hmm.
it's probably caffeine or whatever, but I'm like, all right, don't fuck this up. I was like, man, so I'm like shaky, shaky. I was like, stop shaking already. So
Damn.
I mean, I was just like, because people are like, oh, you should do this for a living. I was like, yeah, I would, but then if I'm doing that, I'm paying someone else to do the damn painting.
Seriously, dude.
If it ever comes
Seriously.
to that, I'll do the sculpting. Someone else can paint. So
Seriously. God, because
um,
that'll be nerve-wracking just do it for a job too. Because like if you know if you fuck up, like that's your
yeah.
job, you know. So like I
Mhm.
totally understand that. But if I guess the pressure isn't there when you're doing it for just a like I said, commission because it's like, all right, this is one and done, and I can move on. But like even for a job, it seems like it'd be more painstaking and more nerve-wracking. So
Oh yeah. I mean, and I think in a sense it's still like that, but I think it's because I'm sculpting characters that I have a love for.
true,
It
true.
makes that much easier. If I was doing something, sculpting something I didn't have a passion for, then I think the being nervous would just be through the roof because I'd be like, okay, I don't know anything about this, and it's like if I fuck it up, it's just it's done. I was like,
Yep.
but with these other things, like I can sit there if I have the character in mind and I know enough about them. You know, afternoon
Yeah.
I'll start sculpting, and it's like I got here to here, and it's just like it's just crazy how the process goes, and I think yeah, I mean, I think I could show you some time. I'll show you early stuff and then stuff now, and you're like, it's like, fuck, what the heck? Like this is this is cool, but this is fucking better. So it's just practice makes perfect. So I mean,
Uh,
I
you
it's
hone it. You hone your talent. So yeah, I understand that.
yeah, and that's why it's kind of cool because I don't think I've done I did like Chucky early on
Mm,
with a different base figure, so it was kind of cool. I had to figure out how to because these guys, since they're the plaster, I have to heat them up and cut them because they're
yeah,
this is solid. They come apart like the head, the torso, and the legs and arms are separate, but you can just fit them together. But I had to make him, a lot shorter than the normal figure
true.
because it's a
Yeah,
doll. It's like it's not a person. I can't make him like the normal size. So I'm kind of just like, okay, I think this kind of works. He's a big doll in the first place, but I was like, he's not this size of a freaking full human. So
yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
really
crazy. So
true.
I think I might be just a little tall, but I still think it works because
Hmm.
I'll do a comparison with
Definitely.
my Chucky doll and this doll. We'll see which one. Is this big enough? I think it
Yeah,
works. So
that's again, that's just more. You have to really think about this stuff. It's you don't have to sculpt it. You have to really think how it's going to work out to physically make it look I guess I say real, but make it look normal to what people are used to seeing for Chucky,
mhm.
because like you said, Chucky's a smaller doll, so you can't make him a full size human. So it's like you have to kind of go, all right, my proportions are going to be so that it's not too big, but it's also not squatted, So, dude,
Right.
that's your thought process is amazing, seriously.
So here's a
Ooh,
killer clown. But I
dude,
mean,
that's
like,
killer.
but like you do, like
Ah,
he's
yeah,
pretty much about the size. So I had to make the guy smaller.
yeah. See,
So
that's so cool, man. That is awesome. Holy
the, the
shit.
thing that's the thing that's crazy is it's like the mystery. I don't know how to fix it, but occasionally the paint after I paint it, they get sticky. And
Yeah.
I've tried different paints and stuff like that. I was like, just for some reason, some of these figures after they get sticky. I was like, well, I guess
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a great mystery, and I thought I figured it out, but they're still kind of sticky. So I don't. And I think I tried early on covering them, like sealing them with
Yeah.
like spray or something. I feel like that made them even more sticky. So I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna deal with it. But yeah, so it is what it is. They'll just be a little
Yeah.
dusty.
Yeah, but dude, they look great. I'm telling you,
Uh,
they still blow me away. Like seeing that, I saw the Chucky one yesterday, or no, I'm sorry, today. This morning actually,
yeah,
and I was like, dude, that's a fucking killer. Like everyone you come up with, I'm just like, damn. So you
and
built
it's and
every single
it's
time.
it's it's crazy because it's I want to do a good enough job and make it recognizable, but also it's like I am doing someone else's character. It's not my character, so that's like I think
True.
there's enough there that and I think one of the best tips someone ever gave me, a fellow artist, is put dirty in front of it, and that way there's no copyright there. Just so I always try to do. So this one was Dirty Chucky. So,
Mm. That is great, dude.
but it's tough. But that's why I kind of want to do my own, so then I don't have to worry about it as much. But there's enough out there, I think. And since I'm only doing one, I think I'm a little better off, but I still worry about it for sure
True,
because
true.
these aren't my characters. I'm just making them.
Right,
So
but you make them your own, which is really cool because I've
right.
noticed how you look at a character. Of course, you have to nature of the beast is it's a smaller, shorter, heavier head version of what's out there. So, but to see the detail you take in each one, I know that you did a Freddy one too. That I was just like, dude, that's fucking ridiculous. Like the detail in the face was like just thick as shit. So
And there's
yeah,
that's it's another one that's on my list. I like doing Freddy because he's just a fun character to create, but I want to
hmm.
do like the chest of souls from
Oh,
freaking Dream Warriors. I wanted him to, where it's like, I don't know if I could have him touching his chest. I don't know if I could make that placement work, but I want him to kind of go like that and, have his shirt lifted up or ripped or whatever. You see
you,
all
you
the
should have it.
skull, all the
You should have
souls
it
and
like
shit.
this. like have him
I
like
could
go like
try.
up here.
I could see if I could get his arms to stay like that. It's just
Yeah,
um
you can do that, but especially up here, if you can get, because like if you can bend the arm enough to where it's one solid piece, that may stick together better to where you can go like this and have it at the
right.
top where the rest of the whole body is the or the face is where you could do more detail on the face and not to worry about things being in
Right.
the way. That'd be a way. That'd be, dude, that'd be sick. That would be
I think
fucking
at
sick.
least one arm. I think another one. I feel like I want to have him. Probably
Oh,
his claw. I gotta have his claw hand. I gotta have that one open,
true.
and then the other one because I think that would just get
Yes,
too messy if I had to try to sculpt his hand with that blade, him pulling on his
true.
shirt. You
Good
kind of
point.
lose
Good point.
all the you lose all that detail. And I was like,
Yep.
that's one of the iconic things about Freddy's. You got to have that glove in there. And I mean, I've done different you know adorations of that glove. So it's just, but I think that was one of the big ones I was afraid of when I was a kid was Freddy.
Oh,
But it
dude.
was like that. It was the shitty freaking I don't know CVS or Walgreens freaking mask that looks like complete shit. But that was what I was scared of because it looked it looked fucking
They're
terrible.
terrifying.
So I
Dude,
was like, well, what do you think I was afraid of? Because that mask looks like shit. He's literally a pizza face now. So
yeah, yeah. My dad and I used to go to a video store back when I think it was part two was coming out. And I used to see the commercials for one on TV, but I actually went in. They were actually doing a lot of stuff promotion and for the second one in the movie stores. And we went to his. My parents were divorced earlier, so I would go to his house every other weekend. We go to a
been there.
local video store. Yeah, oh yeah. And in the very back, by the horror section, was that full stand up of Freddy, just with his
Hmm.
hand out like this, and just staring at you. Dude, I would not go near that corner of the store. Like I wouldn't
Right.
go. I went there one time, saw him one time, and I would never go back because it scared the shit out of me, dude. So I
It'd be
totally
like the
understand where
thing
you're
all of
coming
a sudden
from.
he'd come right to life, and you're like, "Oh fuck!"
Yes,
You'd be
dude,
like,
I'm telling you,
"Okay,
that's
is that cardboard or is that real?" And that'd be
I
the creepiest
know.
fucking shit. And it gets all smoky, foggy, and then it's like
Yeah,
the lights come down, and it's like you get like that red lighting. You're like, "Oh right, am I in a horror movie now?"
dude.
All
If
right, I'm
if that
gone.
would have
That would
if
have
that
been
would have happened,
sick.
I would
Oh
I would
yeah,
do two things. Two things. Get my pants and then run like fuck.
right. You'd be like, fuck, I'm out of here. So yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think
so I get it. I get it. That's dude, that was the scariest
I
shit
miss going to
ever.
the video stores.
God, dude, what do I do to
Man,
one more time in Blockbuster? One more time, walking in the door, seeing all the videos just laid out and walking through and
you,
just the cover art, dude. Oh,
and you get like that like it's almost like a stale popcorn, and maybe get some type of soda or something. It'd be like someone spilled a freaking like a bottle of soda or something, and the floor's a little sticky, and you're like, all right, it's Friday night, horror section. What am I renting? So that
yep.
was high school. That's when it really
Dude,
took
and you would
off.
go through,
Was
you
high
would go
school.
through so many videos. You go, look looks good, look looks good. I've already seen this one, but what is it? And the cover art would totally trick you because the cover art
Right.
would be amazing. And you get home and you're like, this thing's a piece of shit.
You're like, all right, this cover art lied to me. Or
Yeah.
you get one and it had like the sickest artwork, and then you see the movie, and you're like, oh, this is fucking badass. The one that I always think of was Night of the Creeps.
Oh
The cover art
yes.
with the
Yes.
door and the zombie coming through.
Yes,
So
dude. That's sick.
that movie holds a special place in my heart because it's my birthday
Oh,
movie.
hell yeah. Oh, nice, dude. Perfect.
Same with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Both of those came out
Oh,
on
I
my
love that
birthday,
one. Dude, I
so
fucking love that movie so much.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that
The one that the art that I used to always watch or look at, which is really weird, and this is a very obscure movie. You may not even know what it is, but Lair of the White Worm with Hugh Grant.
oh
Remember
yeah.
that one? With that, you
Hmm.
flip it over on the back, there was a picture of the female, like, I don't know, like snake, and she had these big long fangs. If you were about to bite someone's knee, you remember that on the back of the cover? Dude, that would be
Ah,
in my brain.
it's got a permanent place
Seriously,
somewhere.
dude.
Yeah.
Seriously. But dude, I remember looking at that going, like it was strangely like, and I know this people may judge me for this, but it was kind of strangely turned me on a little bit. I don't know why.
You're
Because
like,
it was a female snake, so I was like, oh, it's kind of
right?
cool, But
No,
like, I don't know. Judge me if you want to, but I don't give a fuck.
nah. Uh No, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I think especially growing up, freaking back to VHSs was, mom would go to the grocery store. I didn't want to walk around the whole store with her. I'd go to the freaking little movie section they had in the corner or whatever, and I'd
Yep.
just be looking at movies, reading the back, and then
Yep.
maybe I could get mom to rent me this movie.
Exactly.
So
Talking to parents into it was the toughest part, though.
right,
Like finding
yeah,
it was
and
pretty
then
hard, but like, go ahead.
because it's crazy because people had the stories. They're like, yeah, I'd go to this local movie store, and then my parents would sign like the card or whatever, and they would let you
Yes.
rent whatever. And I was like, I don't think I ever had that. It was always, I think a lot of the movies I saw that I wasn't supposed to watch was on cable. So
Yeah.
I,
Seriously, dude.
I think because like I said, mom was working, I was home by myself. Uh,
Hmm. Free reign, man. Free reign.
exactly. Watch
That's
Tales from the
awesome.
Crypt at late at night.
Dude, that was so fucking cool. So we didn't have cable until I was in high school. So before that, I had to go to my friend's house, and my friend had all like the HBO, Cinemax, Showtime. So we watched Tales from the Crypt and watch all the R-rated movies and all the stuff. So I
Hmm.
go over there all the time to his house, and I remember going over there and just be like, if I ever have to stop coming to your house, I will literally die because I have to be here to watch these movies, you know?
Right.
So but man, those are the days, dude. I'm telling you, kids have no idea the struggle we went through. Like just to see now you can turn on any streaming service, Netflix or Tubi or any like do the paid services, Max or whatever, and just you can just search up whatever you want, boom, right there. But dude, to find the timing on that stuff, if you weren't
Hmm.
renting it, you'd have to, like you said, timing was perfect. You had to have where the parents weren't around sometimes. The right night to be over at their house, dude. It was so much planning just to see
Oh
one
yeah,
fucking movie, you know?
yeah,
So, yeah, spoiled rotten kids, man. I'm telling you.
yeah. They don't know the freaking pain of you know, turn on your AOL internet and you hear that dial
Oh,
up. You're like, come on, come on,
you
come
know,
on, come 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 on. And then you either hear it and it goes, "Ka-ding!" And then it's like, oh, okay, cool, we're on. Or it does something. And you're like, oh crap, I got to start it over. Or it'd
yeah,
be taking forever. Or you're
or
trying to
someone pick the
download
phone up,
something.
or
Right. You're like, right. Oh shit. Okay. Cool. She's not on the phone. I can go now. You don't need her to pick up the phone and you hear that.
that's,
Oh
oh my
fuck!
God.
Get off the damn
Seriously.
internet.
Okay, tell myself. I remember the AOL chat rooms. You ever do the AOL chat rooms by any
Uh,
chance?
like
And you'd
like
find
the
this
AOL,
room.
like the messenger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would get on there
Oh,
and you
I
would
got in
trade
trouble.
pics.
I got in trouble with those, man. Because
Ooh,
I come up with like different names, and I was a stupid kid. I didn't know what the fuck it meant. And then I
yeah,
think I was talking to some girl or whatever. Her dad jumped on
yeah.
and like start ripping me
Oh,
for my name, and like I didn't know what the fuck it meant. It just sounded fucking cool. So, and I was like,
that's
well, I was like,
awesome.
oh, I won't say what it is because it's bad all around. But I didn't know. I
Yeah.
was fucking like 12 years old. I didn't know shit.
Yeah. You don't know. I mean,
But I was
but
like,
like,
I don't know, it just sounded cool. I wanted it to be,
yeah,
kind of weird and creepy. And I guess it was.
I guess it
So,
was very creepy. We used to
mhm,
go in like the photo trading rooms. Of course, being guys, we want to see all the naked pics. So, dude,
right.
one thing I remember is finding someone to go, "Hey, I'll trade you a pic for another pic," and you'd send them a pic, and they send one back. I remember this one. It was loading. He goes, "This is a good one too." And it was loading. And it would,
And it just, right. And
and
then it
I'm
just
like, "Come
stopped.
on, come on!" And
And then you'd
he would pause and go,
stop. Oh, fuck. Yeah. You're like, oh, shit. No.
So great,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you hated it at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, that was some of the best times of my life because it was like the waiting was like the best part. You're like, what's it gonna show me? What's it gonna show me? But yeah, kids nowadays have no clue what it was like to wait for a picture to load on the internet, dude.
That
Fucking
or
crazy.
freaking, watching a TV show for the first time and having to wait.
Mhm.
They can't just binge shit, which I love.
Nope.
I love binging stuff, but it's like, man,
Yeah, yeah.
like, all right, watching an episode, they're like, all right, next week, like, I gotta wait another week.
No,
Fuck, what
dude,
the
I watched
hell?
I watched Lost week to week. Think about that, dude. That's crazy
Oh,
as shit.
oh,
That
damn.
was, dude, that
Oh,
wrecked me. Like it'd be over, and I
oh,
go, "Oh, this whole week. Oh my God, what the fuck?" But dude,
like,
it
what
was
the
cool
fuck?
though.
It's like, what am
Because
I
when you
gonna
talk
do?
about it, and when you would talk about it, you would just get to speculate and talk about what you saw and what you think you were going to see next. I said that part was cool, but not knowing was just, dude, it was torture. God, it was fucking torture. So yeah,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I'm glad you can agree with me on this stuff because it's hard to find someone that can actually go through the plight that I went through as a kid. And
Oh yeah. I
whew,
mean, it's a struggle. So I
yeah,
mean,
dude,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
seriously,
So I was
dude,
like, I was like,
seriously,
I was glad I was born. Late. Maybe a little. You know, Earlier '80s would have been cooler, but I mean,
yeah,
I was born.
yeah.
Late '80s, so '90s was a blast. So
Oh, dude, 90s were fucking great, dude, fucking great. Oh my
so
god.
much stuff.
The times, dude.
They are
Well,
changing. Damn it.
no, never stop, dude. They never fucking stop
uh,
either. Never fucking stop. I'm telling you. And especially being as old I am, like being pushing 95, dude. It's just, I'll be dead here in a couple of days. So it's like, I've lived a long life, and I'm appreciative of the time I've had here. So, you know, oh man. Well, this has been great, dude. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy ass schedule of sculpting amazing art and drawing amazing things to
yeah,
sit down with
I
an
tried
old
to.
man and just chat it out, dude. I love talking to my friends because it's cool. Just we talk every so often through Instagram, but like I wanted to sit down with you and really just have a chat about some shit and learn more about your sculpting because I see it, and you told me a few things,
Mhm.
but to go through the whole thing was pretty cool to hear your entire process. So I really do appreciate you going through all that and um, definitely when you get that YouTube page going, dude tell me. So
Yeah,
I'm
gotta think of
crazy.
something good because I've seen some other ones out there that are pretty good, and I'm like, all right, I gotta put my thinking cap on and see what I can come up with. So
Yeah, man.
uh,
Tweak it up,
I might
dude.
even
Tweak it up.
may even do a poll on my page and see if I can pick some people's brains, see what they want.
Yes, dude, definitely.
So
Seriously. Because that is the way to do it is to, have your idea set, but then have people kind of you throw little things in and kind of mold it a little bit more. And that you're
mhm.
doing that perfectly. So yeah, good idea. Good idea. Cool, man.
but
Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, dude. But yeah, okay. So you're on Instagram, Dirty
mhm.
Gnome Dan. What else are you on?
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Hmm.
I think I'm probably on Facebook somewhere. I don't use it that much. I
Hmm.
I get all the Instagram's probably the number one, and then I do have my website. I want need to get with some more traffic there, but that's
Yeah, definitely.
easier said than done. But
True, true. I'll put it down below
but
so people can go check it out. So
yeah, sure.
definitely. So, oh man, excellent, excellent. But yeah, and look for the YouTube channel too as well because that's gonna be sick. I
I
I'm
want to
really,
think of
really
a cool
excited.
name too. So
Yeah,
I want to
dude.
come up with Dirty Gnome Studios presents, or Dirty Gnome Dan and such. I've got a couple names kicking around, so we'll see what I kind of come up with because I want something to a name that can kind of grab your attention, and then you're like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on here? So
Definitely,
we'll see what
definitely,
happens.
dude.
That'll be on the list. So hopefully 2024, since we're
Yeah, dude.
October of 2023, this
Yeah.
year's flying. So
You go, tell you, man. Well, I'll share it out and everything. So yeah, as much notoriety as you can. I know Taylor will do it too. I know Jake the Candy will do it too. So you have
mhm,
some people behind you already. So yeah, man, let us know. We'll get you out there, dude. Seriously, that's
definitely.
awesome. Cool, man. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on, Dan. I really do appreciate this. I was looking forward to
Thank
this
you.
all week, and I was like, I cannot wait to
I
talk to him
know.
about this stuff, man.
Well, because it was
Seriously.
supposed to happen a couple of weeks ago, and
I
then it
know.
just didn't work out. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I was like really pumped to do that shit. So,
Oh, I
but
know.
hey,
Seriously.
all good things happen to those who wait. So,
Exactly, exactly. And I want to have you back on once your YouTube set up. I
hell
want to have
yeah,
you back on to talk about it.
for
So yeah,
sure.
definitely. This is just the first of many times. So man, we
That's
got we
right.
had a
I'll be
history.
back anytime.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
man. And it's like I said, I've known you for a while now, and you've been a great guy. You've been always supportive and good to me, and just always there. And so I do appreciate that big time and all your support you've given me.
Because life's too short to be an asshole. I'm sorry. I was like, I
Seriously,
want to
dude.
be nice to people so people be nice to me. I don't like being a dick.
Exactly.
I was like, someone wants, you support me, I'll support you back, and then I will freaking, hammer that nail in as much as I
Right.
can because I
That's
hope you will
right.
do the same for me. So
Of course, dude. Yeah,
So
and
that's
like I
why
said,
that's why I like pushing your stuff. Check the candy. Anything anybody works on. I would like to help out any way I can and
yeah.
do what I can. So
Of course. And I guess I was gone for a while and I like I said, I came back and tried to be as supportive as I can and I try to be as supportive to everyone that I can, that's good to me and even some that aren't. But it's all about helping each other out. That's what community our community is all about is helping each other out
mhm.
and being there for each other. So
I
um
think that's one of the best
don't be a
things
dick.
the horror community. Right, exactly. Don't be a dick, or
That's
fuck off, Wade. Um,
that's right.
but no, I think that's one of the best things about the horror community is that they are very supportive of
Mhm.
everybody within that community. I mean, maybe not
Right.
all of it's positive, but more positive than not. Hopefully, if
Right.
it's negative, don't be a part of it. Get it out of your system. Get it out. Just don't let it. Like we were talking about earlier. Don't feed the fire if you don't want to if you don't want to get burned. So
Exactly. That's so true, man. That's so true. Wisdom from my dude Dan, right there. Book it.
right, right. May not have a lot of it, but I got some. So we'll see.
You know, dude, this most talented guy on Instagram, dude.
uh,
Seriously, I'm telling you. You don't follow
I
him,
appreciate it.
go follow him. Check his website out. Check all of his stuff out. Buy some of his stuff. I'm gonna buy one of your sculptures. I'm telling you, it's coming. Just my money flow is it's hurting right now, but man, I am saving up for one of those sculptures, dude, because I can't wait to
And
have one.
I can do kind of a payment plan too. I think that kind of helps out. I
Ooh,
usually, if anything, I just like to have some portion of it down so that I know you're invested in it, I'm invested in it. Because I've done stuff before where it's cool when they pay you all at once, but then you're like, my motivation's kind of like, okay, I already got the
yeah,
money,
true.
so I like to have something. So then I'm like, all right, you're paying your hard-earned money because you want me to do something, and then I have the motivation. Okay, they're paying me money, and I want to finish
Yeah.
this so I can get the rest of the money. So,
Dude, I have an
so
idea. I have an idea for one. As you said that, it popped in my head. I will tell you off camera because I don't want this on.
okay,
I want to be able to show it off without anybody know. But I have a good idea. Ooh, this is
cool.
perfect. Okay, cool. So when we wrap this up, we'll hang out for a
All
second
right,
and I'll
man.
tell you. Well,
Cool.
cool. All right, man. Well, again, Dan, thanks for so much for coming on. Really appreciate it, man. Go visit all of his links down below because he is one talented motherfucker. So, all right. I guess that's it for this episode, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Later.